Yep, sorry for the background noise, but today I think we're going to talk about how do you motivate your team if you're a founder or if you're just a team leader, no matter what your position is, if you are in the team and you wanted to help the whole team to actually pick up their motivation to actually push the job through. I think one of the things to really know first is to have an understanding of where you guys are right now. A lot of times when we talk about a team being very lost or doesn't have any motivation to continue pushing forward, a lot of times a lot of solution doesn't work, mainly due to the fact that you are giving a solution not based off the actual situation. And the first step is actually to understand the situation in itself. So this is something that my team and I just faced recently. We faced some basically hurdles along the way of our marketing strategy and everything. And I'm the one kind of in charge of the whole marketing stuff in my company. So the first step is actually to acknowledge that the problem is a problem, right? A lot of times people will say that, oh, it's not a problem, like we could get this through and all this thing, but no, that's not the way to do it. The way to do it is actually accept the fact that you have been facing a problem that you couldn't grow maybe, or you couldn't have more people to view your posts or your tweets. And that's a big problem. And once you identify that and everyone has a consensus of that together, then the next stage, which is accepting the problem existed. We could a lot of time we could like identify problem, but a lot of time we don't want to accept the problem because accepting a lot of time when you accept this problem, it means basically that your previous efforts, your previous work, your all your plannings to do kind of get invalidated. So it's a tough thing to accept the fact that all the effort you put in might not be working, but it is essential for you to accept the fact that that happened. And on the team skill level, when everyone have this understanding, then we will get into grief. And that's where you're only able to really motivate them from there on. So one of the way from here is basically to see what's working and what's not working. If there's a lot of things that's working, amazing. Well, just some major thing that doesn't work. But if there's nothing working at all, that's cool as well. Because right now you have kind of like a playbook, kind of like a rule book, and tell a team, tell everybody, tell yourself as well, that since you can know have done this and all this thing doesn't work, right now you have a reference of what doesn't work in the future, and in the future when you start to do planning or even right now trying to fix this problem, you wouldn't point it back to the same solution, you wouldn't point it back to the same strategy. So I think that's the first step, like after identifying and accepting the problem, that's the step forward for you to actually do it, to accept and learn from it. And afterwards is to really have a heart talk to all your teammates and understanding their personal concern. So we are talking about the team level concern, just not by work, but in order for you to be a very good team leader or a founder per se, it's very like in a very early stage of business, it's very important for you to understand what everybody's personal concern is. This is what I learned along my almost 2 years of of a founder journey. So once you understand everyone's personal concern, when they open up to you, that's when you start to be able to motivate them back. But jump off the topic a little bit. To do that, you personally need to be really confident and really motivated as well. Because you couldn't motivate someone else if you're not motivated. Lead by example. People wouldn't follow you if even no matter how much motivation you talk to them, but in the end they can feel that if you are really motivated or confident about going forward. So you yourself is the first key to unlock the team motivational system. So you will need to be very motivated yourself. You will need to trust yourself, right? And Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, so after you have this confidence and this motivated feeling, when you talk to somebody else, they can feel it, your teammate can feel it, and since they already open up to you, they already accept the fact, that's where things kind of just start rolling again. But one of the things that you might need to know is that after this period is after this, what you need to do is very close attention, give them very close attention, and uh, be very involved in the whole thing, because the motivation right now and previously when you are planning and before you start doing is very different. I wouldn't say they are more fragile right now, but they are more concerned about a lot of things. So you need to break through that. You need to be mindful of that and to care, to look at each step they take, and if anyone kind of fell off the motivation feeling, you kind of need to put them back up, because if one people fall off, he might spread this demotivated feeling across the team and everyone would go back to zero. So you really need to put in a lot of efforts in this particular stage. And yeah, that's basically it. Also the fact that I think everybody kind of need to know that, as you as a founder need to know that this might not be like, going through this might not be like the success is already, because success is a very hard thing. You kind of keep trying every single time. So by using this, technically speaking, if the strategy you take doesn't work again, if you have all the strategy implemented, what you eventually form is a very strong bond between your team and a strong belief that they can go through this challenge, the challenges they face soon, or I would say one day. So having this system in is actually to build the bonding as well, and it will help your team to eventually be very, very strong and resilient for a lot of problems you might face as a company, as a team. And all the strategy that doesn't work, it will become fuel to push you guys forward and become stronger. So that's basically it. Thank you for watching.